G'day and welcome back to Let's Keep It Real. Last time we showed you where Paul Kelly, editor-at-large of The Australian, says Australia's decline began. Tony Abbott, broken promises, a party room that turned on its own leader. But that was just the opening act. What came next is the moment Kelly himself calls the real turning point. Not an election, not a policy fight, a leadership execution live on television. Here's how Malcolm Turnbull justified taking the top job from a sitting prime minister. He didn't point to a failed policy. He pointed to opinion polls, 30 of them in a row. Kelly's own words are worth sitting with. He says this wasn't a contest about policy, wasn't a contest about the direction of the government. It was about one thing, staying in office. Think about that. The party didn't remove Abbott because he was leading the country the wrong way. They removed him because they were scared of losing their seats. That's not conviction. That's self-preservation dressed up as leadership. And it didn't stop there. Turnbull got his prize, but the 2016 election result was a disaster for him. Kelly says he lost 14 seats and hung on to government by a single seat. Weakened, wounded, he was then knifed himself, and Scott Morrison took over. 3 prime ministers, 3 terms. 0 elections lost to Labour in between 2 of those 3 changes. The coalition wasn't beaten by the other side. It beat itself twice from the inside. Kelly's conclusion cuts deep. After all this, the public didn't know what the Liberal Party stood for. And neither, in his words, did the party itself. That's not a party. That's a group of people fighting over a steering wheel while the country sits in the passenger seat wondering where it's actually headed. And this is what the Bible says about leaders who serve themselves instead of the people they're meant to protect. NLT, Ezekiel 34:2, woe to the shepherds of Israel who feed themselves instead of feeding their flocks. CEV, Ezekiel 34:2, you take care of yourselves but never look after the sheep. That's Let's Keep It Real. Find us on YouTube, X at Let's Keep It Real 2026, and Facebook. Tomorrow, Part 3, how Labour's own leadership bloodbath, Gillard-Rudd, proves this isn't a liberal problem, it's a duopoly problem. Catch you on the next one.